Throughout last year and through this year, as part of our ITIL for Application Support webinar series, we have been surveying our audiences so that we can learn about the challenges that you're facing daily and so that we can create webinars that will help you address these challenges. Now, here are some results of those webinars. Roughly 68% of our respondents said that one of their key challenges is to improve the customer's perception of the value of application support. 58% of our respondents are faced with reducing incidents and problems as a key challenge. And another 58% are also interested in improving the performance of application support. Now, today's webinar on service level agreements should help you with these challenges. These challenges are also indicative of today's business environment. And simply put, businesses are expecting IT to deliver value. Now, in May of 2003, the Harvard Business Review sparked a big firestorm when it published Nicholas Carr's provocative article entitled, "IT Doesn't Matter." In 2004, he followed up this article with a book entitled, "Does IT Matter?" And the article states that IT is becoming a commodity and that its strategic importance has diminished. He cited some examples of this: outsourcing or offshoring, off-the-shelf package software, and also subscription software. Businesses are purchasing software as a service, SaaS. And also, as reflected in Larry Ellison's quote above, Carr suggests that businesses should reduce IT spending. And this is because it's getting more difficult to gain a competitive advantage with an IT investment, but that it is much easier to put your business at a cost disadvantage. Now, this article has influenced the thinking of many business leaders and is forcing IT organizations to demonstrate the value that they bring to the business. And as a result, IT organizations are being scrutinized more closely than ever. We are striving to be more relevant. We are trying to add value. We're trying to show value. And we're doing all this while still trying to keep the business's lights on. And because IT is entwined with all major business functions, many IT organizations are starting to use service management strategies to change the perception that IT is only software development. They are also trying to demonstrate value in the services that are provided by the IT organization. Many IT organizations are successfully using the ITIL service management model to demonstrate this value to the business. And more specifically, IT organizations are using service level management and service level agreements to better manage their organizations. Now, you're attending this webinar because you want to learn how to use service level management and service level agreements. You'd like to learn how they can be used to align your services with your business's objectives, manage your services, measure your services, improve your services, and achieve a 20 to 30% improvement, which translates into more work or less cost. Now, in this webinar, you will see a three-step approach to learn how service level management can improve the delivery of one of IT's most important services, namely application maintenance and support, or simply put, application support. So as a first step, I want to provide you with a working understanding of ITIL, and specifically ITIL service management. Now, to do this, I'll quickly review its origins as well as its background.
Pardon the interruption. This is the operator. Is the chairperson online?
Michael, are you there?
I'm sorry. I don't know how you got in on this line. This is a private webinar.
It's just that we have a few participants who cannot get in on the call. Apparently, it's asking for a security code.
That code is 0225, and it was included in the confirmation email. Thank you.
Okay, I apologize. Please continue.
ITIL is the flagship standard for IT service management. And the quote accurately describes the need that ITIL addresses. As providers of IT services, we can no longer afford to focus solely on technology. We have to focus on the quality of the services that we provide, and we have to focus on our relationships with our customers. IT service management, or ITSM, is a discipline for managing IT. It's intended to align IT services with the needs of the business. It emphasizes benefits to the customer, And it really involves a paradigm shift from managing IT simply as a bunch of stacks of hardware or network or technology components and shifting it to a focus on using best practice process models to deliver end-to-end services. ITSM focuses on adding and demonstrating value to the business and focuses on the relationship, IT's relationship with the business. Now, ITIL stands for the IT Infrastructure Library. It's a published set of best practices that are used for IT service management or to manage IT services. It was developed in the UK by the Office of Government Commerce. And in 1989, the first ITIL book was published, and it was entitled Service Level Management. Between 1989 and 2000, the OGC collaborated with IT service professionals from around the world and received contributions of service management best practices. And these collaborations have continued up to the present day, and in May of 2007, ITIL version 3 was published. Now for version 3, the OGC created a comprehensive service lifecycle, and it's comprised of 5 phases. Service strategy is in the center, followed by service design, service transition, service operation, and then continual service improvement encompasses all of the phases. ITIL V3 is comprised of 5 books that describe each of these phases, and in essence it's 1 book per phase. Now here's another view of that same life cycle. It's almost as if we unraveled the wheel or spread it out. It shows the outputs of each phase and how each output is passed on to the next phase. It shows the interactions between each phase and shows how each builds value for the business with a focus on service operations. In service strategy, up at the top, at the beginning of the cycle, the service is defined and modeled. The cost of the service is also defined at this phase. In service design, the service is designed and it's developed. In service transition, the service is implemented and its cost is validated. And in service operations, this is where the service is actually delivered, managed, and measured. In continuous service improvement, opportunities for optimization are identified and implemented, and you'll see that it seeks to optimize across all of the phases of ITIL. Now I'd like to summarize an application support view of this life cycle. Now as before, you can see how the output, how each phase's output flows into the next phase. You can also see how each phase focuses on service operations. Additionally, you can see how the operational work processes evolve. Each phase identifies process requirements for the team's work processes, for the application support team's work processes. And each of these requirements flows into service transition and result in actually work processes that are customized for the business. These processes are then integrated into a service management tool. Now in our case, in Computer Aid's case, that tool is Tracer. Tracer is our application support management tool. Now let's walk through an example. Service strategy, again, is the first phase. It would recognize the needs of the business and would determine what types of service and what types of work should be done by the application support team. For our example, let's say that service strategy has determined that the team will manage incidents. Service design would define how the team would work with incidents. It would define what incidents are, how incidents will be processed,